But George Parker says the principal may be the problem.
If you're telling me half of your staff is not living up to par, the next question I want to ask you is, as a leader, talk to me about what you've done to try to develop that staff.
Each grade level will have a 2-week series.
Michelle Rhee has set aside nearly $20 million for professional development.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
But Cheryl Craybill, who runs the program, doesn't think she can help every teacher.
We have a number of teachers who I don't believe will ever believe that kids can learn at high levels. And those are the teachers we need to move out quickly, rapidly, at whatever cost.
Can you quantify? I mean, what percentage of your roughly 4,000 teachers feel this way, have this problem?
50% don't have the right mindset, and there's a possibility that more of them don't have the content knowledge to do the job.
I don't know whether Cheryl has done a study in terms of teachers to see who felt that students couldn't learn, or whether that's a philosophical statement.
Parker believes the biggest problem is the lack of strong, consistent leadership. He says missing textbooks, dilapidated facilities, truancy, and discipline issues are also to blame.
You better look at the problems that existed in that school that had very little to do with the makeup of the staff, and solve those. Otherwise, you're simply going to create a new set of problems, the same set of problems, but with a new set of people.
Okay.
But to Michelle Rhee, it's all about the people.
We have to have people who are willing to take personal responsibility and to say, despite all of the obstacles that are currently in the way of our kids, because there are tremendous obstacles, if you're not willing to say, but despite all of those things, I'm going to make sure that my kids are going to succeed at the highest levels, then this might not be the district for you.
And Rhee is confident she can find teachers who have this attitude.
I get emails from people across the country who want to come and work for us. There are a lot of people who are very excited about what we're doing.
But will Rhee have jobs for them? This year, only 58 teachers are on the 90-day plan. That's nowhere near the turnover Rhee has in mind. But with big changes in the works, many teachers may be willing to retire early.
I was at a retirement workshop today with roughly maybe 200 teachers, and I asked the question directly: if the right type of buyout is offered to you, would you go? And I tell you, at least 90% of those teachers raised their hands.
They want us to be very aggressive with the buyouts because a lot of teachers are saying, this lady is not for me. I'd like to, look at a buyout and go elsewhere.
Rhee says the buyouts could be as much as $25,000 per teacher, and that the district has the money. More change could come in the new teacher's contract now being negotiated.
I'm not allowed to comment on the things that we're negotiating right now. I will say, in a broad or sort of more general sense, that I think that it is a priority of mine to ensure that we have only the highest quality teachers in the schools. And so anything that's standing in the way of that has to be addressed immediately.
Michelle Rhee and the teachers union expect to reach a new contract agreement before the end of the school year.
In his next report, John will update the situation in the New Orleans schools. You can watch all of John's stories on our website at pbs.org.